Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Ashton Harrison, one of the drivers of the number 93 GTD Racer's Edge development car. Of course, another one of the Acuras. Of course, they're partnered with Wayne Taylor Racing with Andretti Autosport as well. Ashton, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just enjoying the weather here in Daytona and just done with our first practice session. And so, yeah, we're rocking and rolling right now. And team's currently prepping for practice too. So it's all good.
Yeah. So let's talk about how was practice out there for the first time in these cars?
It was good. It's kind of hard to tell where everybody's at because you always argue that people are sandbagging and not showing all their speed or pace. So, we're doing the best that we can, and we feel our car is really strong, but we have some work to do. And I'm sure that the other manufacturers feel the same way. And it's kind of just shaking the rust off from the off season. So hard to really kind of judge that. If we were top three, so we were happy about that. But we know that there's others that have maybe something in their pocket we just haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so kind of talk about the other drivers that are going to be with you this season.
So we have Kyle Marcelli, Danny Fall, and Ryan Briscoe, and been teammates with Danny and Kyle for the last couple seasons in the Lamborghini Trofeo program with WTR. So I know those guys really well. I mean, it's like a family environment with them because we're all really close. We work so great together. And I knew Ryan Briscoe from 2020 whenever he was running with WTR in their DPI program. So I got to meet him there, and I actually just reconnected with Ryan at the Indy 8-hour last year, and I just said, hey, how's it going? We should catch up soon. And then whenever we put together this endurance program, my dad was like, what if we ask Ryan? And I was like, yeah, let's just see if he's even available. And surprisingly, he was really like, yes, I want to talk about it. So I'm thrilled to have him on board, and I'm super pumped to work with him at this caliber.
Yeah. So let's talk about this race and getting ready for it. What are these GTD cars just like to drive for people that might not know?
So you have your average street cars, any of the sports car manufacturers, and GT3 platform is very similar in a sense. Obvious reasons is that it's got a lot more aero. It's got a couple different buttons on the inside that you wouldn't typically see in your street car, but it still has the soul and the experience of being able to drive it on track. It's really nice. Our Acura is a mid-engine car, so it does handle, in my opinion, better. I love mid-engine vehicles, and at least especially here with it being a twin turbo, it wants to stretch its leg around the NASCAR corners. And I'm looking forward to my first Rolex and it being with the Acura brand. And it is nice to see the other manufacturers out there, but I'm always going to be biased that our car is the best looking or the best handling no matter what. So it's exciting to be out there also with the 10 car and to know I've sat on their pit stands for so many seasons, and now I'm side by side with them on the track is exciting as well.
So you mentioned this is your first Rolex. Are you nervous for it?
Not really, surprisingly. I think whenever the first pit stop comes, I'll be nervous for sure. The good thing is that I have high expectations for myself and the team, and we've all been practicing. So a part of me feels like if I wasn't prepared, I'd have a reason to be nervous. But because I feel like I've put in the work and the preparation, I'm more of excited than I am to be nervous. But the first pit stops, the first several pit stops are so important, and so I just want to make sure that we're all prepared, which I think we will be. And I'm more excited to be here with this team and with the WTR, and especially with Ryan, Kyle, and Danny. It's like I feel like I won the dream team.
Yeah. Going into this race, have you just knowing that this race has so much, the history behind it and all that? What's the toughest part about this race you think is gonna be for you?
For sure, being able to be consistent and to be fast with all the traffic. Even though Daytona is a large track and we have a lot of space in between the lines. It still is a lot of little P3 cars, and they're almost like they're just as fast as a GT3 car, except for they have some pretty good downforce, so they're a little bit faster in the corners, but we have aero as well. And so sometimes it becomes a little bit of a hassle with the P3 cars and GT3 cars. So to me, just being able to capitalize on my pace while also being in traffic is something I'm going to have to work on. And thankfully, that's what the Roar is for, is to be here and practice and to get those things nailed down. And we've only done one session. I felt like I did pretty good with the traffic. So I'm looking forward to getting back out and trying it again.
Okay.
But for a long race, I feel like I've done several endurance races before, but I'm excited to be doing it with IMSA, especially at something as awesome as the Rolex.
Yeah. Last thing, what do you want to? I know you said you had a couple practice sessions out there, and of course qualifying going to be later this week. Kind of going back to the traditional qualifying format compared to what we had the last few years. What do you want to accomplish in this next practice session coming up here?
I for sure want to have a strong car, and I feel like we have need to work on a few things, but this is the team to do like hot pit stops, to do hot driver change practice, and to capitalize on little things that we control around the time to do it. So right now everybody's kind of calm, which is good. We want to keep that demeanor. We also want to start turning up the intensity as the week starts to to carry on. Right now, focus on continuing to improve our pace, but also work on our pit stops. And because I feel like our pit stops are great, but practice makes perfect.
For sure. All right. Well, Ashton Harrison, we'll let you go. We'll let you get back to work. Best of luck this weekend at the Roar, and best of luck next weekend in your first Rolex 24.
Thank you so much. It was nice chatting with you.